Go back to my childhood. I was 13 years. I was always playing with electronics and I was building my amplifiers and put my name on top. I was dreaming of having my own company. I worked for one time in my life for a Japanese company and I thought this is not my place and I have to do my own thing. And I started collaborating with a company from Clearwater Beach and I entered the beauty industry with some facial toning machine back at the day. And after 2-3 years, I started building my beds and super high end, and this is how everything started. We sold in total 140 countries. So between manufacturing and sales team, we are around 200, 240. I think I would go back to one specific moment where when your vision is to grow the business. I remember my first trade shows I'd done, all the money I got, I put it there and I thought, oops, it's getting almost to zero. You, as an entrepreneur, you find a way, and smart people know how to learn from mistakes. That you think, oh my God, maybe I want to stop. You are an entrepreneur not to handle kindergarten. Oh my God, I don't want to do that anymore. No, end of the year, there will be 2-3% people stealing, etc. I took the pallet that was supposed to go to Austria and the other one was supposed to go to Mexico. Small mistake costed us at least 15,000 euro.
Welcome to Skillionaires Podcast, where you explore with me innovations and leaderships, people who have already been scaling, and a real journey behind them that lasts in a global brand. And here we have today a guest that represents over 35 years of German engineering excellency in innovation, and combining this in the wellness industry, spa and medical industry. As a founder of Gharieni Group, he built a premium global brand known for high quality in medical spa and wellness equipment and for pioneering what is now called mind-body verified wellness technology. And we have here Sammy Gharieni with Stories That Stick and Strategies That Scale. I'm so happy to have you here. We know already for some of a while, and it was such a big pleasure to pick your brain today. How did it start, all of it, and where did you make the decision of being an entrepreneur? Tell me.
Well, first of all, thank you for the introduction. I thought to myself, that's a perfect introduction. I cannot add anything to that. Only the 35 years story, which, so you want to know exactly when I started. So
yes.
Very, very simple. I think if I go back to my childhood, I was 13 years. I was always playing with electronics and I was building my amplifiers and put my name on top. I was dreaming of having my own company. It was a dream, and then I did my engineering studies, etc. And then I met some. I worked for one time in my life for a Japanese company. After 1.5 years, I got bored and I thought, this is not my place. I cannot work with someone. I have to do my own thing. And I started collaborating with a company from Clearwater Beach in Florida, and I entered the beauty industry with some facial toning machine back at the day and the kind of ultrasound. And then yes, I was excited, and then I always had my childhood dream of building my own brand. So after 2-3 years, I started building my beds and chairs, static chairs back at the day, and they were super high end. And this is how everything started. I made the long story really very short.
Very short, yes, very short. I wanted to know. Today, you are actually, for me, very fascinating when it comes to branding. You have it on a high level everywhere. Your name actually involved in your accessoires and all of this. Has it been rooted back in the days where you scribbled everywhere your name on? Has it been rooted on back in the days where you scribbled your own name on the little inventions that you had?
I think, oh my God, when you look back to your childhood, everything starts there. I think all entrepreneurs had something in their childhood that happened where it will come out later on. I feel like I had another experience of my life where they told me, because I don't remember, I was so young, my dad was looking for me and I said, where is Sammy? And I was, I think, 5 years old. And I took my toys to the school and I was selling them to others. So I had this mindset of doing business and making money. And then it's a mix of this creativity of building some devices for, back at the day, it was hi-fi, so it was amplifiers, lights, stroboscopes, etc. And I think I was rooted in me this kind of entrepreneurship, which was selling the toys, and then after was the stamps, which was my hobby number 2. And then back at the day, you're not born, there were stamps and then there were collection. So I was buying them and putting them according to themes and then selling them again. And I was excited, and I was wanting to make money, and then not for money, just making out of my passion money. I think this is what I can say. Until now, that's my business is my passion, and I tell always to people, it's like don't take my passion away. It means I will never stop working because I love what I'm doing. It's like I compare myself when I was a child playing with my Legos. After 12 hours, my parents were upset. I cannot give up something I love.
Yes.
And this is how it's a passion that started in early age.
Yes, I can feel this so much resonates with me because I don't call my work a job.
Yes.
I call it as it's really also my passion. And people sometimes do not understand the amount of hours that somebody who's following the passion is working.
Yeah.
You also, it's hard to catch you sometimes. I think you could have even played in that movie, Try to Catch Me. Because you, if you one day here, the next day you are on a plane on
True.
another panel and spread the word because you love it so much, you never feel like it is a work, isn't it?
True. It's I think traveling is one of the key points that helped me a lot. And again, I go back always to my childhood. I feel like I never talked too much about my childhood. It's I remember after I built my amplifiers and I looked for the letters to put Gharieni on top, which is my family name. I was, every time I go to bed, I was dreaming about traveling around the globe and doing my business. And that it was, I remember it was 13, 14 years old. And it was always a dream to travel, because back at the day, travel is not like now. Now it's, you can travel easily with 50, 20 euros or dollars. And back at the day, traveling was more luxury. And I was always thinking that the business has to be done in a way that it's global. So I was always thinking about a global business, not a local business.
Very good. Very good. You nevertheless had entered into an employment first. You said you was in a Japanese employment or company.
Yeah.
And I already know the answer, I suppose, but please tell our audience what made you realize this is no way I can work for somebody. What were the key factors that you missed out on working for somebody and comparing to working for yourself? Yeah,
I think, which I didn't mention, after I finished my engineering studies in Germany, I did 1.5 year preparing for my PhD, because I thought it would be cool being Dr. Sammy Gharieni. But after 1.5 year, I had to have a job, which the job was working as the assistant of the professor. And I felt like I think it was too academic. I was 6 years in the university plus already 1.5 year. I thought to myself, I don't want to continue there. So I thought the reason why working for a company in Japan, for Japan and in Japan, was to get out from the academic world, because I thought I was too long there. But then, as I told you, I started again. And I realized it was not the academic thing. It was literally being guided. And for me, it was the most frustrating, having great ideas, bringing innovation, and someone else is using it. It's not me. It's you sell yourself to another person. And on top of that, for the Japanese company, they are very strict in hierarchy. They demotivated me. They told me, Sammy, I was dreaming of being already CEO of the company. And they told me, no, slow down. We are not an American company. everything happens,
Yes.
but you have to be patient. Before you go one level higher, it will take you 7 years, and then one level higher, 10 years. I thought to myself, I will be 150 years until I want to get there. No, this was just simply not really feeling that you can live your dream and your creativities.
Yeah, the cutoff of creativity, the forecast of not being able to spread your wings is something that I imagined must have been your biggest motivation to leave this. And
and I think, sorry, just to add, I think why I went on this employment work, which is working engineer as a product manager for some technologies back at the day, was because I was listening to my parents. My parents were both working, so you have to be the what their parents tell you. And I think this is a big problem of all parents. And they want to make their kids being a doctor or whatever. Then they are good, because I remember when they heard I stopped working and I went on my own in the beauty industry, they were ashamed almost. They said, how this person can leave a job as an engineer and go and start by zero doing something with lipsticks.
Yes.
This is how they saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can imagine, after I've proven that I was somehow successful, they thought, okay, that was not a bad idea.
Yeah, that we have and that we can see. So give us, please, for the audience, a little bit of an overview. In how many countries you are, and how many people are working for you? So
first of all, we sold in total for in 140 countries, more or less. Some of the countries in Africa you sell just one time, because the market is way too small. And it's not about the numbers only; it's also about the markets that we serve. So we've been selling, first of all, just let's say aesthetic chairs, and then furniture and some steamers back at the day that we manufacture ourselves. This is 20 years ago, and now it's getting more to more high-tech product, and where I really started putting technology into beds. I thought, why the bed that we manufacture reach already the limit of what you can do. So what can you do more? Bringing experience and added value, and this gave the company a new wave of innovation, and it's just the beginning. So I think I forgot the question, but I was on the path to explain this.
No problem. The question was actually how many people are working for you.
Okay, the number of people. So between manufacturing and sales team, we are around 200, 240. Yes.
Wow.
And yes, but we have a big part in manufacturing, as we have manufacturing sites. The main one is in Germany, and then we have in the Netherlands manufacturing site, and in Tunisia manufacturing. So it depends on, but all related to each other. And sometimes there is a brand which is Bentlon, which is the company I bought, which is 45 years on the market. We manufacture in Netherlands. Gharieni Metawell is in Germany, and Gharieni more regular products we assemble in Tunisia. So it's a mix. It's a mix.
Yeah, well, this is a worldwide company, and that only speaks for you as an entrepreneur to place in every country what is sensible and intelligent to put there. You never put your eggs in one basket,
exactly.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So let me just please understand, when you had this struggle, the judgment of your parents to go ahead with your own company to become what you are today. There has been something in between. There has been a sort of expansion. When was for you the time when you realized, I need people. I don't need only a secretary. I maybe need more than a handful, because I wanted to make this big. What has been in your mind to develop that, and tell us about this sphere of your pet?
Okay. So I think I would go back to one specific moment where I was in my apartment in Germany after I started my business. So just by zero, there was back at the day the fax machine and the desk. That was it. And then I realized I cannot do big things. I need someone somehow to be with me. And this guy, whose name is Klaus Fink, I don't have contact with him anymore, but he's still alive, I heard. He joined me, and he was super enthusiastic. So I gave him I gave him my passion. So he kind of was very enthusiastic. And then I gave him some shares in the business. I said, you know what, I give you 10%, and then because I couldn't pay big money, and you are part of it. So and then this allowed me to just travel and then have someone else. This is how I started with first employee, and then suddenly you generate more business, and then you need maybe someone picking up the phone and writing quotation. And then honestly, I don't remember all of the steps before. One of the people that I started with 35 years ago, no more, they are still in my company. They are still working.
Yes.
Like there is a guy, Vincenzo Giorgio, is our accountant, and is still in the company. Ralf Hammerschmidt is still in the company from day one, the first phase in the company. Yeah, it's automatic, and then it happens automatic. When your vision is to grow the business, then and you adapt to the situation. I remember my first trade shows I'd done, I put all my money, like you said, in one basket. I did not really, but kind of. I did 3 shows at the same 2 weekends. It was I remember back in the day, Netherlands, Germany, and Belgium. In every weekend I had another show. So all the money I got, I put it there, and I thought I will be successful. And then the problem is it takes time, and I realized, oops, it's getting to zero.
Liquidity,
and it was tough. Yeah. But anyway, you as an entrepreneur, you find a way. It's like the water, they flow down, where there is always a way how it flows down. Yeah.
And I think also some of these learnings you have to gather along your way in order to learn out of it, to make it actually happen better the next time or different. It is always important to have such happenings, some low seasons like that. So
that makes you strong.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, true. This is, I think, for every entrepreneur knows when you do a wrong decision, you will see the impact. When the impact is not bad, that you really get it to the fatal thing, then you learn from it, and you know, okay, next time. I mean, smart people know how to learn from mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think that as an entrepreneur you succeed much far if you have a policy in-house which are really punishful with mistakes. But if you have a culture of celebrating mistakes and make everybody learn out of it, that's something very intelligent to do. So I had one time an employee who did a mistake that cost a lot of money, and she already came with her resignation. And I said, no way that you resign now. You have to stay because otherwise this we cannot monetize this mistake. So something like that you have to always focus and take along with you. Becoming an employer suddenly in a young age for this, with the vision in your backpack, must have also created some doubts, fears, or points where you said, I don't know if I'm on the right track. Can somebody pick me up, or can somebody reflect me? How was this, and has this happened to you?
It happened constantly. I mean, it happened regularly. That you think, oh my God, this was a mistake, or you know what? Sometimes it happens. You say, maybe I want to stop because it's just too much. You know, for example, unfortunately in Europe. Now in Germany mainly, but also Netherlands situation is not much more different. You have a big problem when something is not working well with employees, that you cannot fire them. They can play the game, and you get frustrated. And then, this is what frustrates you. You think, my God, you are an entrepreneur, not to handle, to be a kindergarten person, but unfortunately, it's part of the business. So you learn to live with it, even though at a certain momentum, you think, oh my God, I don't want to do that anymore. But I'm driven with that, and the alternative of not doing it is doing nothing, laying on the beach on an island. After 3-4 days, it's getting boring. So I think it's part of the business, and to go back to the mistakes, in every business there are mistakes happening. Every business, because we are humans, and everyone does mistakes from day one. until now and until tomorrow. I'm sure there will be mistakes, but the overall picture should be in a way that the mistakes shouldn't be the main part of the business. They should be just part of it. And at least you say 2 to 3% of whatever my profit or revenue, whatever, depends, a big difference. But anyway, it's money that I lost because of mistakes. But it's like when you go to a grocery and then they know end of the year there will be 2-3% people stealing, etc. It's part of it. It's just you have to live with it.
Yeah, you have to learn and calculate this in and learn from your mistakes. You learn more from the mistakes. That is very smart of you.
Just an example. If this was maybe 10 years ago, I heard that someone just took the pallet that was supposed to go to Austria and the other one was supposed to go to Mexico and just swapped them. You know what happened? No. This costs, first of all, people are waiting so long for getting their goods and they get the wrong goods, frustrated clients. And plus this small mistake costed us at least 15,000 euro. And what can you do? Can you with the employer, what can you can tell him, next time you see the mistake. And the biggest problem is not this type of mistake. As you said, it's learning from mistake. There is always another way they do it. There's always, they find a way to make a mistake. And if it's not me making the mistake.
Yeah. I one time had the pleasure to visit your factory in Germany. And I found this was so wow when you showed me this is going to Saudi. This is going to there. I was like, wow. I then only understand what big of a spectrum you are having, what big of a reach you have in the market. That impressed me a lot. And also the dignity that your engineers or the people in the production have towards the products. That all carry your energy. Very good. Sammy, tell me something. I would like to know if you, on these low moments that we call, or those moments when we don't see our own shadows by ourselves, did you ever had a mentor that helped you to reflect things or to have somebody to speak things through? How is that?
I think that's a brilliant question because no one thinks about it. I don't know how the other entrepreneurs are, but what I know that I always need someone to talk to. I had always, from day one, before I started my business, I had my best friend, Remy Vincent, which was about 40 years when we were in the university. I was in the process to start my business. I was doubting, shall I start, giving up my and I needed someone to talk to. And while you talk, not to XYZ, but you talk to someone you trust, someone that has some brain, So I always, with every decision, I always need to talk to someone who is close to me, which I trust, and let me guide by after. Okay, it's my own decision for sure, but it's very important. Sometimes I need to talk 2 or 3 people to
verify.
To verify. This is something I would never go like bulldozer and on one thing on my own. No, I think we need opinions from others, because sometimes or very often you are just in between. You are just in a balance to say, if I take this decision, there is not black and white. There is this gray zone, which makes it difficult. That you need someone to guide, to help you going more to this direction or this direction. Yes, definitely.
That's very beautiful, and I adore that you have somebody. I didn't know if you had somebody, but that's also
I find always somebody.
My handwriting to have somebody to reflect with. It's
can be also my brother. My brother, he's also in the business in 30 years. My half brother, but he's my brother, and he's also like my brother, my best friend, and he's the CEO of the company in Tunisia, and I call him because I trust his opinion, even though I know he's too conservative. When I don't want to hear only the conservative opinion, I call the other brother, which is the opposite, and then I take them. I'm in the middle. So
okay. That's very smart.
I cheat a little. I'm sorry.
That's very smart though. Always target what your opinion would like to, where you wanted to go and what direction. Speaking of family, Sammy, high performance driven people like you, entrepreneurs, I wonder how they manage, and if it's even manageable, to take along your pathway, to take along your dignity to work, to your mission. the loved ones that you have around, family, partner, wife, kids. How does it work? In that, because I only know my tempo, and I'm thinking sometimes I'm losing out on people. They don't want to come with me. It's too fast for them, and then I have to decide to sacrifice my own pathway or let people go, and that is something that's really hard. And I would like to know how you do this and how others do it.
I think when I said your other question is brilliant, I would say it's complex. It's very complex because it depends on the phase of your life. It depends on your love life, depends on your how you deal with your life. What is your passion? What is your guided by what exactly? If you have a love life, for sure it will influence your way of working. Yeah, that's clear. But in my case, I mean, I had one phase of my life. I was married. I have one son and two stepsons. And back at the day, I was super. It was another phase of my life. I was every day home, and there was the mom was taking care about the kids, and she was entrepreneur as well. It was working perfectly. And now it's another phase of my life where I travel the world, and then my son and my stepson, two of them are already in the company. I'm happy with that. And I had always family members in the company. When I started, my dad was engineer in aviation, and he retired and took him. I said, when I opened the company in Tunisia, I told him, please, can you help me there because I cannot be here. And then he worked for a year, and they told me, Sammy, no, I can't do that because I get my pension, and then maybe I get troubles if I am CEO. So my brother finished the marketing, and then he put him immediately being the CEO, and then my other brother finished and he put him there. So I have my two brothers. My ex-wife was in the business. Who else? My son and my stepson are in the business, and I think there is some family members in the business, which part of it. Normally you say family and business doesn't work together. It depends on families, depends on people, and depends on how you handle it. Yeah.
How you handle it. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it again to your point is. Now it's the mission is not always being home and having the kids because they are now the kids are in the business. So home is the business now.
That's
so
very adorable.
What do I want more?
That's adorable.
A wife I don't have, but I manage in a certain way.
Yeah.
No, when I say I don't have in terms of I'm not married anymore, but for sure I have my personal life as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's something wonderful that you say that your family is in the business, and that's why the business is somehow also a big structure of family.
I go to Netherlands. Manu is taking care about the Benelux, and he was also in little internationally involved, but now he's focusing on this part of the business because Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg is for us a very important market. And Bentlon, the brand I brought, is there, so he's dealing with many millions of business. Elias is involved with the team in Germany. He's more in Germany and now getting more international. My brothers are there. So there is always, wherever I go, is family.
It's family.
And when I go to the US, no, I don't have family members, but who knows?
You never know.
Never know,
Yes,
exactly.
You never know. Okay. Yeah. Sammy, when it comes to the era of AI, how do you combine this and see the development within your industry, within your product? I know you're doing a huge amount of development, and you are one of the companies who master it, out of my point of view, so beautifully to smart integrate AI-driven solutions for the wellness, beauty, and health industry. Tell us a little bit more about this.
Yeah. So in terms of innovation in general, you have to go with what's coming. And we started already with one of the products, which is called the augmented massage bed, where the therapist moves the hands, and depending on the speed, on the level, we program it in a way that so there is a kind of intelligence that it generates some sound with certain movements. And it's already there since, I think, 4 or 5 years. So we started this type of implementing technologies. We are developing a new product which will be launched inshallah, if everything goes well, at the FIBO show in Cologne. It's the biggest fitness show in the world. It will be a lot of AI embedded there because it will go to a next level. From Gharieni will be a new cutting. So I created a new company which is called Cobotics Innovation. So you can guess in which direction it will go, and with the new CEO of that company. So we go further and implement new technologies because our core business is still building beds and furniture and equipment for the spa and medical and wellness. But things evolve, and we know that robotics is going to be more and more used, artificial intelligence, and that's the path. And there are so many things you can do, but we focus on what we do. So everything we do is related to some chairs and beds that we manufacture, and we kind of combine and do crazy things.
Mm-hmm. Some years ago, we had a talk where you was saying something about the value chain of your business model, because your beds are very high quality. They are standing in an store, in a spa for a good amount of years, and so you was thinking about changing a little bit the modalities of your business model. And recently we had a talk, then you said you didn't follow this up. Why is that? It was like kind of having a part getting a returning revenue. Maybe you wanted to talk a little bit about this.
Yeah, so every business has some plus and minus points. So the problem of our core business, which is selling the beds for the clinics, hotel spas or day spas or hospital as well, is that you sell them once and then normally, let's say in average 10 years, and then so there is in 10 years nothing to do, okay? As there is no maintenance, any servicing needed, just if something breaks for sure, but there is nothing you have to verify like the oil in the car, you know. So the idea was to develop this new business part of Gharieni Group, which became its own brand, MetaWell. MetaWell are products that you can add anytime. So that means suddenly my client that I bought for the next 10 years, that in the average they renew their beds in 10 years. Some of them maybe after, I heard 24 years, they use the same. Yeah. Sometimes 7 years, depends. But let's say the average 10 years. Then we have new technologies coming, and anytime. So it became something where the client is not only blocked for 10 years, it became something new because we don't have consumables. So if we have consumables that you sell you sell an equipment where after every use you have to buy something which is patented, etc. This is a great business model. We don't have that. There is nothing that you have to buy in order to use it. So you have to be creative, and suddenly creativity means offering some new things that they have to take in order to be on time. And one of the examples I'm very proud to say in Dubai, when I go to the address downtown or the other address or some of the hotels, Jumeirah Al Qasar and Talispa and some others, they implemented technologies. And why? Because recovery became a new trend since 2 years. Nothing is new, just it's social media. It's a new trend, and I'm happy to say that these people don't need regular beds anymore, but they go with new technology. So you tell me, okay, then there is always and then and then I have always something new. This year we are launching officially 3 new technologies, which is a lot because I have 10 in total. MetaWell, there will be 3 more. So and innovation never stops. So with one of these innovation, all of them every client can use one of the new ones. So the path is just being innovative again. Innovation.
And where you get this inspiration for innovation? So how is your process?
It's just because you are always in. I think this is how it started. I remember when I started the first time, I met Andreas. Andreas, he was 10 years in my company. Andreas Blum. I tried this box with warm sand that he was selling to clinics in Germany for back pain, for arthritis, etc.
Yes.
And then I thought, wow, it would be brilliant to embed it into a bed and give to the spa a new experience.
Yes.
And people were the first years intrigued. What is it? I mean, it took a while that it starts, and now it becomes a must-have. Every spa needs a room with the quartz bed,
Yes.
And innovation is where you travel, you see, and you have we call it nose. You feel. I mean, I had ideas, and then some of them maybe are good in marketing. Some of them are good in business. So you need a mix. Okay, I don't want to say which one makes the most business, but I don't regret, even though in my company say, you know what, this product, we don't sell a lot, but why? I say why? Because this product, it's a marketing. Instead of doing advertisement, but when people see this technology, they say, wow, Gharieni is on the edge. We cannot survive and live from only this type of product.
Yes.
It's a mix.
Very good. To get inspiration like this and have this nose, combining it, to bring it some kind of this entrepreneurial intelligence together is something that is, that's in your genes and in your veins, obviously. And to get inspirations, I always use books. And I love reading books. And
I hate reading books.
Really? Do you?
I never read books.
Okay.
Never.
You listen to books?
No.
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 Not at all.
Not at all.
So do you know there is a library?
The only books I was reading in the past was for school. That's it.
Was for school?
That's it.
Really? Because there is one library here in Dubai, and whenever I go in a new country, I always go in the library because I wanted to see how they are actually on the level of what kind of educational level they are. And here in Dubai, there is a real estate. They build up a library in this real estate, which I found really interesting. And a lot of famous people took a book that they was recommending whenever they would fly to the moon, that this book they would take alongside with them and to place this in this library. So this is the library of 1,000 books. And I was wanted to ask you which book would you take, but obviously
the answer you have it already. No, for me the books, I don't know why it's from when I was a child. When I read the book, after the first page, my eyes are closed, and it's the most natural sleeping pill that you can get. I start reading the first page, I can't. I fall asleep. That's unfortunately, this is something. It's like this, but I don't care. I read other stuff. I read when something is interesting. Now, for sure, using a lot of ChatGPT because you are curious about something, and then you go there and you get all the analysis. I don't ask people anymore because people know just a little. I ask ChatGPT, but you have to say you have always to be careful with the answers. But I try to use my common sense and brain to just filter what I think.
If somebody crosses path of yours today and tells you, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, what are the 3 advices that you would give them to have to look after, to have to do, and what not to do? There are 2 things.
2 things. Number 1, to love what you are going to do. It has to be your passion. Whether it's programming or whatever, it should be something you love to do. This is what I think is super important. And not to do is just don't read books how to do it, just do it yourself. And also having a mentor is always mentor doesn't mean it's not someone you have to pay, it's your best friend, but someone that really you trust, that he has also the brain to guide you when you are not sure. This is what I would say.
And what not to do?
Not to do is just if you think you want to be entrepreneur, don't stop doing it. Do it, and the thing is, if you fail, it's not bad. It's not good for sure, but it's not the end of the world. The problem is in Europe, for example, if you fail, you are blacklisted from all the banks. You are bad. You are bad. You are not good. You are a loser. In the US, it's different. In the US, you know that people, when you fail, next time they know that you learn from mistakes. So. Just do it when you think, I know people ask me. I remember even here in Dubai, Park Hyatt, there was a guy, server in breakfast, he came to me and said, Sammy, I see you in social media. I want to start my own business and whatever, catering, etc. But I don't know what you think, what shall I do? I think do what you want to do, what you love to do. And and if you do mistake, you learn from it. There is not 1, 2, 3 how to be successful.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's it. Oh my God, I start warming up now.
Oh, okay, so let's continue. Part 2 here.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you for having you.
Sorry. What's there?
Thank you for having you.
It's good. As I'm watching myself there.
Yeah.
Thank you for you sent me some photos that we did. Okay, good. Thank you. Oh my God, let's do a studio thing here. A studio selfie. Wait. Is that there? I try to get everything on selfie. Wait, are you? Yeah. I need to. Okay.